everyone. Today I'm going to call the session Weekend Warrior because you're going to be doing all the Virabhadrasana 1, 2 and 3 poses, the 3 warrior poses. Some of it's quite a challenge, so do feel free to just stop, go into child's pose, wait it out. You decide what your body wants to do today. I'll give you some options as we go along. You might well need to use a couple of blocks later on. So let's come to Sukhasana, seated on the floor, cross-legged. And so change the cross of your legs. You wanted to do it that way. Cross the other way. Get used to alternating. Get the buttock flesh out of the way. And just centre yourself. Just get in tune with your breathing. Start to become aware of your body, the outer edges of your feet. Make sure your fingers are relaxed, that you balance your head over your shoulders, shoulders over your hips, spine nice and upright. And then start to take some long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. If you can, it's that Ujjayi breath where we close the glottis slightly, and then you sound like Darth Vader, or I've had to walk on the beach this morning. Sounds like the waves on the sea. So long, slow, deep inhalations, long, slow, deep exhalations. Return to normal breathing. So Ujjayi breath is the breath to use whenever you're doing the poses, and certainly if you're sort of going between sequences, you should be able to hear your breath, and you learn from the breath. If it's laboured, then you're overdoing it. So you're trying to get it unlaboured, long, slow, deep inhalations, exhalations, using that Ujjayi breath. But if you're new to yoga or you find it a distraction, just normal breathing as it happens. So we're just going to do some twists to start by warming up. So take our mirror image for you. You're going to take your left hand to your right knee, take your fingertips round behind you, trying to get them in line with your spine. Press down with the fingertips, lift the chest, lift the spine, and then keep that lift. Now, if you're going to use a Ujjayi breath, see if you can draw the abdomen back, and as you take that Ujjayi breath, see if you can get the breath into your rib cage. So ready to go? So on the inhale, exhale, and then you're going to pull on the knee gently to make the turn. See if you can get the breath into your rib cage. And each time you breathe out, if you've got the belly drawn back and the rib cage lifted, you might be able to turn a little bit more. On each exhalation, turn. Looking over your right shoulder. Exhale, come back to the centre. Round to the other side, fingertips to the floor. Lift up, draw the belly back, inhaling. Expand the rib cage, pull on the knee. Exhale as you turn. And looking over your left shoulder this time. Exhale, release the pose, come back to the centre. So hopefully you can begin if you're starting to use Ujjayi breath, you can understand and feel how it assists you in the poses. So let's see if we can do it as we come forward. So you're going to feel that stretch of the hip of the leg that's in front at the moment. So fingertips to the floor. Again, it's to draw back the belly. So if you can hollow the belly. If you can't hollow the belly, you could just get hold of it. It's amazing. It's you can pull the belly out of the way, draw it to the side. It might help you to come forward a bit more. And then fingertips to the floor. And then inhale right into that rib cage. Expand the back ribs. And then as you exhale, start to walk your hands forward. See where you can come to, and then when you can't go any further, relax your head, relax your neck. Feel the stretches in the hip. Breathe into those stretches. Inhale, look forward, straighten the arms, and then walk your hands back. Change the cross of your legs. Take hold of the belly and draw it out the way if you want to. So, but inhale, trying to draw the belly up and trying to make that hollow, that part there. So, get ready to go forward, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, expand the ribs. Exhale as you walk the fingers forward and bring the head down when you can't go any further. Inhale, look forward, look at your hands, then walk your hands back. So I'm going to shuffle round now because we're going to move from that to cat-cow, so you can hold on to your feet or get yourself into all fours, any way you like. Spread your fingers, thumbs stretching towards each other, the index fingers straight forward. Really spread them out. See how much of your finger you can get down onto the floor, how much of the palm you can get onto the floor. So pressing into your arms. Knees are underneath your hips. And then again, you'll go at your pace when you want to eventually on your own mat by yourself, and it's coordinating your breathing. So you're going to exhale, round your spine, turn your tailbone under, stretch across your back as you exhale. As you inhale, tailbone goes to the sky and you look forward. Inhale, exhale. So I'm going to go fairly slowly for you. Inhale. Keep going, your pace. See if you can coordinate the movement of the body with the breath. So you're finishing your inhale as you finish looking forward, exhaling when you've got the maximum round your spine. One more time. Inhale. Keep pressing down with the hands. Exhale. Round the spine. And then come to neutral flat back. So from there we're going to move to dog pose, so turn the toes under. Again, remember to listen to your body. If it's fine, you're finding it too much on arms or hands and whatever, shoulders, anything, just sit back in child's pose, take a break, put pause on the video, turn your toes under. So you're going to go up into this is your first dog pose, so coming up you might want to keep your knees bent, entirely up to you. So then start to press with your hands and take your chest towards your thighs. Upper arms, they roll out that direction. So you want to be able to spread across your shoulders so the shoulders aren't, your arms aren't rolling in and taking the shoulders up around your ears. So rolling out of the upper arms, chest coming towards your thighs. See if you can lift your toes up. See if you can get your toes off the floor. And if you can get your toes off the floor, maybe, just maybe, you can straighten your legs and try and get your heels down towards the floor. And once you're there, just breathe. Try for that Ujjayi breath. So let's move swiftly on. You're now going to do knee to nose, so come up on your toes. Makes it a lot easier, gives you a bit more space to work. So we're going to take the right leg up into the air, stretch it away from you, and then knee to nose 3 times. 1, 2, 3. If you can keep going, knee to right elbow. 1, stretch it away. 2, stretch away. 3, and if you can, to the left elbow. 1, ooh, it takes a lot more strain there. 2, Yes. 3. Stretch the leg up into the air and place the foot on the floor. Should we go on the other side? So make sure your arms are well established, your hands are pushing into the floor. So you're back into that dog pose. Then come up on your toes. Raise your left leg up into the air and stretch it away. And then ready to go, knee to nose. 1, 2, 3. To the elbow. 1, 2, 3. And to the opposite elbow. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Stretch the leg up into the air. Whoa. Bring the foot down. Dog pose. Recover in dog pose. Breathe. And now come to kneel. I'm going to take you in the nice easy way. If you really want to, you can bring the leg up and just swing it forward to bring the foot between your hands. But if you like, you can bend your knees and then you're going to kneel up and then you're going to step the right foot forward. So getting that nice right angle with the leg. What we're going to do then is to take your fingertips to the floor, turn your back toes under, lift the back leg so it's a high lunge, and then drop the heel. So you've moved then into the leg position for Virabhadrasana 1, and then from there stretch the arms forward, stretch the arms up into the air and look up between your hands. Go on, dropping your hips down if you can. Keep working the back leg. Now you're going to bring your arms down, bring them out sideways, shoulder height. So you've moved into Virabhadrasana 2. So you need to be drawing back with that back arm, keeping the body upright, look along your fingers. From now there, you're going to drop your left hand onto your left thigh, turn the palm of the right hand, reverse warrior. So raising the arms up, bring it over your ear and look towards your back foot, reverse warrior. Bring that top arm down, interlace your hands behind your back, stretch your arms away from you, see if you can join the palms if you can, so you're really drawing those shoulders towards each other. And then on the exhale, start to tip forward. You can rest your shoulder on your thigh if you like, or you can come in front of it and then raise the arms up into the air. Keep raising the arms. And then release your hands to the floor by the side of your foot. Step the right foot back to the left. Recovering dog pose. And then you're going to drop your knees to the floor, so we do it on the other side. And then you're going to step your left foot forward, make the right angle, take your fingertips to the floor, stretch your right leg back and drop the heel. Then stretch the arms forward, inhaling as you come all the way up, looking up between your hands. Keep working the back leg, make it strong. 3, 4, 5. Opening the arms out to shoulder height, drawing back with the right arm so it keeps you upright, keeps sinking down the hips. Look along the fingers, the left hand. Take the right hand to the right thigh, turn the palm of the left hand, bring it up into the air by your ear and look backwards to your right foot. Reverse the warrior. Bring the top arm down, interlacing your hands behind your back. Lift your chest. And then as you exhale, bend forward, bend forward. Rest your shoulder on your thigh if you want to, or come in front of it. Raise the arms up into the air. Inhale. Take your hands to the outside of your feet and then step your left foot back. Recover again, dog pose. And then you're going to walk your hands back towards your feet, or your feet towards your hands. Relax your arms, relax your hands, relax your head, tuck your chin to your chest. Bend your knees, roll up one vertebra at a time. So the next pose we're going to do is Virabhadrasana 3, which is traditionally done from Virabhadrasana 1. And to do that, it's that T-shaped balance. Do you remember that T shape? So, many of you find it difficult to balance. If you do, you can still take the pose. You can use the wall. You take your hands to the wall. Think dog pose. So, fingers are spread, arms are straight, and you step back with your feet together until you've got a nice flat back, and you need to maybe adjust your arms down. So, it's a really nice stretch for your back anyway. And then you're going to raise the right leg up. To remember, so no belly poses. We don't want to go high up. We want to try and keep the hips square and stretch away with that right heel and press your hands into the wall. And then again on the left side, stretching away. So if that's what you want to do, you play at it now. Enjoy. So if you want the slightly more challenging version, you're going to be doing it from Virabhadrasana 1. So if you like to step with your feet together, raise your arms out to the side, raise the arms up into the air. Step your feet apart. Left foot turns in, right foot turns all the way out. So again, here you can decide on your position of your feet. If you find you're a bit wobbly here, you can take your feet out. You normally have the heel in line with your instep. You can move it out of line, out to one side. So entirely up to you. So from there, I haven't got wide enough stride here. So from there, you're going to bend that front knee, look up to your fingers, Virabhadrasana 1. And then from there, start to tip forward until you're balanced over that front leg. I'm going to run out of space and hit the wall. And then you straighten the front leg and come up. I'll show you better on the other side. And then balance. You look forward to your fingers. Stretch away. Now to come back down again, bend the front leg, drop the back leg down, go back to Virabhadrasana 1, and then straighten the front leg, come to the front. Keep your arms up so you can work the arms. So now it's going to be left foot turns in, right foot turns out. Stretching up and then bend the front leg. I'm having a really sticky mat job today. Bend the front leg, look up, and then start to come forward, so come up on the toes of the back foot. Start to take the weight over that front leg. Keep looking forward, straighten the front leg and stretch the back leg away from you. And then to come out, big stride back, Virabhadrasana 1. Straighten the front leg, turn your feet to the front, exhale, lower the arms down. And then step the feet together. Hold on to the inner upper arms, take your feet hip distance apart, and then tuck your chin to your chest, bend your knees slightly, roll down. Uttanasana, recover. And then relax the hands to the floor, tuck your chin to your chest, coming all the way up. Step your feet apart. We're going to do that wide stride forward bend. If I go wide enough apart, which I can do, I'll put my head on the floor and it looks spectacular, but it doesn't necessarily give me what I need from the pose. What I need is also a back stretch as well as stretching the inside thighs. So if you're very flexible and you can find you get your head on the floor, you need to bring your feet in to try and get the back to elongate. So turn your toes in slightly. This will then rotate the thighs and spreads your lower back. The downside to that is the tendency is that the knees will want to bend. So you really have to work at keeping those legs straight. Take your hands onto your hips, lift your chest, and then come down with a flat back. Keep looking forward as you come down. So it might be that you can't go any further than this, so you could take your hands onto your legs if you want to. Preferably not your knees. I'd either have it above the knees or below the knees, but not on the knees. And then once you're there, you might be able to slide the hands down a bit further. For those who are a little bit more flexible, you might touch the floor. And then from there, if you've got your fingers on the floor, see if you can get your fingertips in line with your toes. Spread your fingers, tuck the elbows in, press with your hands to help you to get the crown of your head towards the floor. Once you're there, have you let the legs go to sleep? They really need to work in order to get the benefit of this pose. So all I'd like you to do is keep those legs straight. Use your breath. So each time you breathe out, see if you can go a little bit further. And then on an inhale, straighten the arms, look forward. So if you've got your hands on your thigh, again, odd shins, look forward. See if you get that tailbone up towards the sky, the same as we do in cat-cow. We don't want the back to round in this pose. You want to keep your back long. Then bring your hands to your waist. Use your tummy muscles to help you to come up. And then you can do a bit of a shimmy to get your feet together. That's all the standing poses you're going to do now. So we're going to go to the floor. A couple of options for you. We're going to do a shoulder stand. I shan't hold it for very long because, as you know, I run out of time on the video. So we just work through. I mentioned 2 books. If you're not comfortable with shoulder stand, you could just take your legs up the wall, or what we did, I think it was yesterday, if you lay down on the floor with the knees bent, you can place the books underneath your lower back. So you're lifting the lower back off the floor. So get your 2 books in. Get them in the right spot so you know you're well supported. Tuck your shoulders down and under. You want those shoulder blades to be on the floor. you're emulating shoulder stand, and that's how we have to have our shoulders when we're doing it. So you can stretch your arms away from you, roll the shoulders, and then bend your knees, take your legs up into the air. So they might be to here, or maybe there. But you're trying to look to get them up to 90 degrees, as though they were on the wall. And then the arms, you can take them all the way over your head. You could take them, rest them on your abdomen. You can do cactus arms. Experiment, see which you'd like to do, or maybe alternate, try all three, but whatever's comfortable for you. So once you're there, again, it's go on lifting this rib cage up. See if you can hollow out the abdomen. And then those of you that are going to do full shoulder stand, make sure you're lying in a nice straight line, not twisted to one side. Just push that bit out of the way. Stretch your legs out. Press down with your elbows, forearms, hands to lift your chest so you can get those shoulder blades down onto the floor. So remember, in shoulder stand, the chest comes towards the chin. You don't move your head once you're in this position. So stretching your fingers away, bend your knees onto your chest, and then you're going to lift your hips up and see if you can take your legs over your head. I like to do it this way first because it enables me to get higher onto my shoulders. Interlace your hands, wriggle, really get up onto your shoulders. And once you're there, support your back, and then I also start to press my back towards, or my chest towards my chin, a good chin lock, and then you can raise the legs up into the air. Well, this is my most unfavourite posture, not because I quite like the posture, I just don't like looking at my abdomen. What is it about females and our bellies? And then you're going to get your right leg where it is. See if you can take your left foot, left toes, that's all you want, just the toes to come to the floor. If you can't, they might be to here. But you're working in the right direction. And then raise the left leg up and swap over. Take the right foot to the floor. Now see if you can bring the left leg down to join it. Interlace your hands behind your back. Havasana. Release your hands, support your back, bend your knees onto your chest. Now come down one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. See if you can keep your head on the floor. There's a tendency that we get to a certain point and the head wants to come up, and then you can lower your legs. If you want to use your belly muscles, lower them straight. Or you can just bend your knees, put your feet on the floor. And then the next thing to do is to bend your right knee onto your chest. And bend your left knee onto your chest. And then you're going to cross your ankles and you're going to hold on to the outer edges of your feet. Now you're going to draw those legs towards you, raise your head up and see if you can look over your feet, look over those shins. Lower the head back down. Change the cross of your legs. Holding on the outer edges of your feet. Draw the legs towards your chest. And then on an exhale, raise your head, raise your chest. Breathe. And then lowering your head to the floor, taking hold of your, take hold of the backs of your thighs. And then you're going to take your feet up, hold onto your thighs to help you just sit up. Sit up, cross-legged. Be aware of the body once more. We started like this, we'll finish like this. So you can reflect on how you feel. I hope you feel energised for the weekend. Make sure your hands are relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. You've balanced your head over your shoulders, shoulders over the hips. Spine is nice and upright. And when the spine's nice and upright, the belly draws back quite naturally. Chest lifts. Keep on relaxing your legs. I've worked quite strongly today. Relaxing the skin between your eyebrows so forehead is smooth, temples soft. Allow the eyelids just to cover the eyes. Release your bottom jaw so your teeth aren't clenched. Lips are soft. Relax your tongue inside your mouth. Tongue soft and broad inside your mouth. Then start to take slightly longer, deeper inhalations and exhalations. We're not using a Ujjayi breath now, just a natural long inhalation and exhalation. Turn the gaze of the eyes down towards the tip of your nose to become aware of the breath passing in and out of your nostrils. Breath cold as you breathe in, warm as you breathe out. See if you can feel the breath on your upper lip. Consider your nostrils. Is one nostril more dominant than the other? Is the right nostril more dominant than the left at the moment, or the left more dominant than the right? Just observe. And relax your head down towards your chest, so relaxing your chin down towards your chest, nice and slowly. Open your eyes to look at the floor, and then slowly raise your head. Namaste. I'm going to say have a good weekend, all of you. Make the most of the weekend that you can. I hope to see you again next week.